Oh.
So the oh,
And
no,
Hello.
um,
Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift, where we've totally not been streaming for the past 20 minutes. So yeah, hi, welcome.
I
And
don't know
That was
what's
stupid.
happening.
you didn't miss much. They're still in the tree, picking up where we left off from last week. They teleported to a tree. They're in the tree, and yeah, so we'll just pick up where we were here. So everyone was at um, the tree. Eldora's just passed a wisdom saving throw to not be too terrified to move. And then, yeah, so Eldora, as you make your way over to Sapala, who is now a giant bird, clinging for dear life to her leg, you all take to the skies and begin to make your way over toward where you had been told is the Fey Grove, as it is known pleasantly uh, at the moment. So, soaring through the sky, I'd like someone to make a perception check.
I can make a prescription check.
I'll make one as well.
I make a prescription check.
Why not just
Veil
be?
is just Veil is just in the sky.
What's that?
So Veil is just posing.
Yeah.
27.
27.
10.
Okay. 10. Nothing for Xavier. Anyone else?
Figured.
Eldoris is
Eyes are
holding on
squeezed.
tight. Yes, eyes are squeezed tight, and he's not looking down.
So, Elena, as you guys soar over, you take a quick glance at the crowd below, and you do see a couple people kind of point up towards you guys as you sail away.
They see
Sail,
us.
sail away, sail.
All right, so about 20 minutes passes as you sail over the rooftops of Singborn, and the sight is breathtaking as the cool morning air berates your clothing. Sapala, you feel the wind going through your feathers, giving this
Sapa's not here at the moment.
downy kind of feeling that she doesn't feel she's not here. Oldora's the cold air even seems to put your nerves a little bit less on edge, just enough for you to open your eyes for a moment and then immediately regret that decision as you turn green and cling harder to Sapala's leg. Eventually, you see it. You can't help but see it. There is a very clear distinction in the city where the almost Greco-Roman esque buildings give way to a sudden grove in the middle of the city. And as you approach, you realize this is not a natural park or outcropping of trees. It is, in fact, a very unnatural growth of plant life and trees, vines, shrubs, bushes, flowers, mushrooms, every single form of botany known to man growing from a single mansion in the center of a very well to do district of Singborn. Trees are crashing through windows, roots breaking out through the edges of walls and into the very streets. Um, as you fly over it, what are we doing? Where are we going? Who are we doing?
No.
Who we doing?
So did we land?
Where are we going? We're going to the haunted house, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So I just described the house. Are you all land in the streets right in front of it then?
Sure.
Is there a clearing maybe in it that we could land potentially?
You can make an investigation check.
I'm going to investigate. That would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Who were you with? Were you with Sapala?
I was with yeah.
Okay. Sapala, Elena kind of talked you into flying around the building a couple times. Over the head of it, you do not see any holes in the roof that you'd be able to make your way down in, though there are several large trees that are broken up through it. They almost seem mended with the very shingles kind of grown into the bark of the tree, less like they grew and more like they were spliced.
So there isn't a clearing we could land. Sorry.
Correct.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have to land in front of the house then.
All right. So the party, you all land in front of a large oaken door in the front of the building. It's twisted out of shape. You can see splinters in the side of it. Massive brass door knockers are just laying on the ground in front of the door and seem to have been pushed out from the inside.
I knock on the door.
As you walk up, there's almost a soft give to the wood as your fist knocks on the very rotten wood of the door, and it doesn't open. You stand there for a minute or two. Inside, you hear the sound of revelry, laughter, party, drinking, music. Sounds like quite a good time having in there. And after a couple moments pass, someone approaches from the street behind you. Have you been sent to finally take care of my house?
Yes.
You'll want the key then. She hands you a small kind of brass key. Her wrist limp as she just kind of plops it in the air in front of you towards your outstretched hand.
Is this like she's being racist right now? Because I'm a half elf.
You could, in theory, make that inference from her. She's definitely being very hot.
If you really want it to be.
If you want it to be racial, she's being hot. She could also be being classist or sexist or constipated. You're not really sure.
All right. We'll get this problem taken as soon as possible.
Very well. She looks like she has something more that she was going to say, and then she just kind of trails off, looks in another direction, and just walks away.
I really
We
don't
might
like
get
these people. Just saying.
Me and you both. Me and you both. Okay. All right. Is there a hole to put the key in?
There is a key.
No.
There is a keyhole, and as you pick up the key in your hand and put it toward the lock, you realize that the key in your hand is a double forked key. So it's got like two prongs that go off on opposite sides, and the keyhole for the door is a single pronged hole.
Ah.
Is there a back door, perchance?
On your flight with Sapala, I'd say that you did see several other entrances to the building.
Can we give them a looky-loo?
Sure. Is everyone going to go with Elena and she looky-loos at all the other doors?
Nah.
So what's the rest of the politics?
Might as well.
Hill, you're going to smash a window?
I was thinking about it. Not yet, but
Not yet. Not yet.
Eldorez, what are you going to do?
Doris is like very confused. What? So what are we doing here?
So we have to clear out the house of the fairy issue to get Singorn to assist us and be our allies.
Okay. I guess I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Why couldn't they do it themselves? And does the building need to
Does the building need to work?
survive?
my guess is that it's a menial task, so they can kind of push us around and assert dominance early.
Yeah, and they're assholes because they're elves, but
Okay. So question number 2: does the building need to survive?
let's try our best. But if it doesn't, we'll say we tried.
The house looks pretty in disrepair as it is, so
Let's
Don't
still
think it's
try
gonna
our
matter.
best.
Well, then again, we don't want to just like burn it because
sure.
Fey magic can be
No, I'm not
Very
saying we do, I'm
unpredictable.
We don't want to set it on fire and then set all of Singorn on fire.
No, we just
No,
don't want to
no
do
one's
anything that's the fae and fairies could take as like a threat, and
I like how Elena thinks that one little house fire can take out all of Singorn, though.
It's Fey magic, okay?
You have a question, Sabala?
Yes.
Yes.
You said that there were plants like all over the place, right?
All over the place.
And there's like a whole bunch of like vines that are connected or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna speak with plants.
As you can't speak with plants, there is a sudden cacophony that fills your ear, as apparently the entire house is singing. And at first, your first thought is, oh, how jovial, how wonderful, how wonderfully gay. But then your ears catch on to the lyrics. Oh, that night you said the wife was fat, I knocked you down and shit in your hat. Hey, hello there.
Oh well, hi.
Oh, well, hi to you too.
And how are you this? Is it morning or evening? I don't know what it is.
Late morning.
Oh, how was your morning?
The sun is out and I'm drinking it up like a fat man.
I understand.
Who's she talking to?
So, your name, or do you have a name, or what should I call you?
Where the Fey Grove?
Oh well, hi. I'm Sapala. Sapala Flore Mendeus.
Hello, Sir Paula Florimendeus.
What are you doing here?
Oh, drinking up the sunshine, enjoying myself. Oh, I haven't had sunshine like that since I was back in the Feywild. Oh, and the brother Flanagan who met with his demise.
What about this? What are you doing at this specific house?
Well, I'm not exactly going to be going anywhere anytime soon, am I?
Oh no, I'm just curious of why you specifically chose this house.
I didn't choose it. I was brought here.
By who?
I was brought here by Artagon.
His name is familiar.
And then there's Mr. Flanagan who left the Lord's employ, drunk on sacramental wine beneath
Is he
the altar
here?
boy. What?
Is he here?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
And why can't you confirm or deny that?
Well, 'cause he's always around, and he's never around.
Oh, okay. All right, well, you can continue on with your drinking of sun.
Consumption took me mother and me father.
See, Paula walks back over to y'all.
Drink the whiskey till
Stop. I'm gonna stop you right there.
I imagined like this in just like a super shaded area. I just go like, yeah, man, drinking up that sun.
Well, a familiar name was spoken.
Name was that?
Artagon.
Artagan?
Artagan?
Whatever the name is.
Easy Mackenzie.
Wasn't that your unicorn friend?
I don't remember you knowing about that.
What unicorn?
Yeah, what unicorn, Elena?
Did she not tell us? I thought she told us about the unicorn.
No.
Okay,
Nope.
never mind.
That was my
Admit-
special secret.
Forget I
Read down the
said
last
it.
slide.
Your nose that big.
So this was a while ago. I didn't think it
Okay.
was very important to tell you.
Okay.
I have a unicorn friend.
Uh-huh.
I mean, everybody needs
Yeah.
friends.
Unicorn friend.
Hey, I'm
Sure.
Are
you
unicorns
have a
real in
brother?
this universe?
Well,
What?
Sapala's very magic,
I
so
said-
I don't doubt that magical creatures flock to her.
Well, anyways, the point of it is that I made a friend who promised to come to me in my time of need if I ever needed it. It was a unicorn. It was in unicorn shape. form, whatever you'd call it. And his name was what I told you because I don't want to mispronounce it.
Artag.
And the name is what it is. And yeah, so I'm friends. We're homies.
Okay.
Hello.
You think he'll let you in the house? You think you can convince him to leave the house? Kayla?
Hello.
Hello.
Kayla?
Oh.
Kayla?
Oh no,
Kayla!
not like this.
She looking heckin' cute today, though.
I don't know. I can certainly try.
He's just to be Kayla right now.
What just happened?
I think your Wi-Fi went
Kayla
out.
possessed Calcifer?
The blackout.
Hello.
There she is.
Hello?
There you are.
Kayla! You looking heckin' cute today.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just knocked my earphone out.
Okay, so can you
Okay.
convince him to leave the house?
I can't talk to him right now.
But if he's here,
I don't know if he's here.
Well, we can
maybe
certainly find
I don't know
out.
if he's here.
Let's put it this way: the plants told me that he is everywhere, but he's never. He's not
Okay.
everywhere.
Do-
Alright, omnipresent.
Do I know who this Artagan is?
Oh boy, it's you.
Can I do a history check?
Oh boy,
You
it's
can-
you.
Yes, make a history check, both of you.
Can I stare with confusion?
I'm great at history.
Vale, I'm not crazy.
I
19.
didn't say you were crazy. I just said I was confused.
Okay.
Me too.
21.
It's fair.
Mackenzie, you have not heard of Artagan. Peggy, on the other hand, your mother has mentioned him in the past.
What has she mentioned?
Probably everything that happened in the Feywild with her and Vox Machina.
Okay. So, I have a
So-
fun story about your friend Artagan.
Is it a quick story?
Yeah. So, my parents and their group adventured to the Feywild, and they met a creature. The creature followed him, kind of drew lewd pictures of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So my family kind of knows him. He's kind of an asshole.
I never got that, but okay.
It's because he like seems really nice, but like he's Fey, and so like you can't really trust what they say.
He's been nothing but loyal to me.
I'm just saying, just he's Fey. They're kind of assholes because you can't always believe what they say.
That sounds a little.
Could say the same thing.
That sounds a little like most of the people we hang out with.
It's, no, I was going to say it sounds a little racist.
It's not racist. It's just they twist because they can't lie. So right, Fae in this world can't lie. Am I correct?
I don't remember that being a thing.
I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
don't know either.
But I
In
feel like
some
they
it is,
couldn't.
but in some stories it is, but I don't know if it's true here.
I'm gonna make it true here. Fae can't lie.
She's just gonna make it.
Elena just bent space time, and I watched it happen.
They can't lie, so they twist what they say to make it not seem like a lie.
Yeah, establish
Well,
the truth about the
I
universe.
know some people who do that too. Just saying.
Well, I want to go looking for doors to see if the key works.
Alright.
I mean, we
Okay.
can probably see if the door just opened, in all honesty. What if he gave me the key to lie to me?
So you're gonna try the main door and just try to open it?
Yeah.
As you walk up and put your hand on the handle and give it a pull, the door off the hinges and just falls over on the ground next to you in kind of an awkward lump.
You broke
Uh,
it.
it's open.
Subtlety is not a strong suit for you, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I put the key in the pocket.
Well,
Can I look
okay.
inside the house?
You certainly can. As you take a look inside the house, you do not see any sign that you are stepping into a home. For all intents and purposes, what you would see was the thick underbrush of a forest, complete with streaming sunbeams passing through leaves of overhead trees that line the walls. As you step into the entryway, you can see between the trees that there is a wall behind, some cracked, tilted paintings still attached to the walls, but with overgrown trees growing up toward the roof, with this omnipresent light streaming through. And as you all step in, the air is noticeably warmer in here, like a hot summer day beneath a cool canopy of leaves. The sound of birds chirping, animal calls rustling in the leaves and the trees above. You can see a squirrel goes by on one of the branches.
One quick
Who all
question.
steps into the home?
I'm gonna let Sapala go first.
And me. I'll go.
I skip in.
Question: Is this considered favorite terrain?
I'm just watching.
Creepy.
Yes, I
Feywild
would
house?
actually say yes.
Technically a forest.
Favorite.
It is technically a forest, so yes.
I skip in like a heckin' fairy princess.
I thought you were
But you
using the UA Ranger.
I am.
The UA Ranger is just anywhere
Oh no,
natural.
they don't. Yeah, they don't get favorite
Yeah.
terrain. Yeah,
Then no.
because they
Is
just
there
don't
enough
have it.
plant life to make it natural?
All right. As everyone steps in through the threshold of the home, who's last?
I'm not.
Probably this.
Probably
Glades,
Eldorus?
obviously.
Eldorus, as you step over the threshold, you kind of have a momentary hesitation where you say, maybe I better not. You turn around to leave, and the forest extends behind you.
Oh,
There is no longer a door.
Our door is gone. Our door is gone. Our door is gone. He like just like pointing around like exactly where they were a minute ago, and he's just like pointing there. He's got this dumb look on his face.
Can I search in vain for the door?
You certainly can. Make an investigation check.
All right. Let's
Search
go.
in vain.
I know what's going on. 4.
4. No, you can't even find a house. You just see the
I'm glad
trees.
that helped my
For all
intent
you know,
back.
you are in the woods.
Oh. It doesn't look like a house anymore?
To you with a 4 investigation, no.
Oh.
Can I look for the door?
You can certainly try. Last one.
Is this perception or?
Investigation, perception.
Excuse me.
21.
No.
No, you cannot find the door. You do still see between the trees. It's odd. Parts of the trees are connected to the wall, like they're growing out part through it, and part of it you can almost see beyond the trees. You can almost see through the wall as if you are actually in a forest. This place seems to be a bit spliced between the Feywild and can't think of the name of the world suddenly. The material plane, sure, that works. Exandria, that's what I was looking for.
Once we figure out what's going on, we will probably be able to get out, but it is fey magic. Play tricks. It's all an illusion, probably.
All right. So what's the party gonna do?
Can I call out his name? Can I call out Tagan's name?
See if Sapala wanted to do that.
Oh, okay, or Sapala. Since you're friends.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Gah!
Turns into a bird. She lives here.
Mhm.
It's my home. Starts building a hut.
A nest.
I don't really know. That's Artagan, right?
Tag
Yep.
is
Or tagging?
Mr. A.
Mr. A. Yeah, that'll do.
Mr. A. My friend. My homie. You here?
My boy.
You do not hear anything besides the sound of the forest and the fluttering of wings around you. Make a perception check, Sapala.
Yee.
Go, Sapala, you can do it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
A 3?
23.
23.
Oh, that that's a big difference.
As you call this out and glance around, you do not hear any voice return. However, in some of the tree leaves, you do see some movement that is not squirrel. Almost seems like a small creature watching you through the leaves.
Speak
I
with
go-
animals.
I go to it.
Hold on.
Oh, cautiously. I don't like run over there and like jump at it, get in
Hello.
its face or anything. As gracefully as possible, I am a heckin' fairy princess.
Kayla in her
but-
natural habitat.
Kayla's actually not very graceful.
Sapala in her natural habitat. This is Sapala's natural, her favorite terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, not that again.
Okay. So as you go over there toward the creature, there's a slight and sparkles come out from behind the leaf. And as you come over cautiously and move it to the side, you do not see any anything there.
Hmm. All right.
Make a quick perception check.
Okay.
Careful. It's bits.
Mm. 13.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now what are you gonna do?
Perfect in what way?
You don't know.
This might be a really dumb question, but what language do Fae speak?
Are you asking me or the party?
You?
Granny probably wouldn't have told you, so you don't know.
Why, Granny?
You could also tell us
I
the
need-
party.
I need everyone to make a perception check.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh yeah? Watch me. Oh shit. Wow.
I got a dirty 20.
Wow.
Perception.
Yep.
14.
14.
Hey.
Me too.
Okay. Good. So Paul, are you gonna ask the party your question?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Uh,
I actually have to ask it. What do y'all know? What Fae speak? What
Well,
language?
Fae can usually
Or
speak. They can speak a variety of language, but I think Celestial is possibly one of them, or Sylvan.
Sylvan would be more
Some of them also
common.
speak Celestial. Okay.
Yes, but Sylvan would probably be more common.
I got Celestial.
Would you have Sylvan?
No. Would
I
giant
do.
work?
If you find any giants.
Giant Fae.
I have Sylvan.
Giant foe.
Vale has Sylvan, I believe.
No, no.
I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Let me see
I
if
got
I
all the
do.
bad languages.
I'm just gonna go further into the
I also speak Sylvan.
foresty stuff.
Okay. Sapala, as you go to take a step toward the rest of the foresty stuff, you immediately boom, fall on your face. Your boots were tied together.
Yeah.
Are you
And
okay?
then
forgot to do-
as everyone kind of moves reflexively towards Sapala to help her, you all stumble and trip as every single one of your boots were tied together by the laces
Thank God I wear
or
slip-ons.
straps or vines or some form of tie used to lace your ankles together.
I forgot to mention Artagan is a bit of a prankster.
Most Fae are.
Oh, and
Artagan,
also,
show yourself!
as you all stumble and trip, you all hear behind the leaves a chorus of
That's the laugh Kayla gives me when I do something she doesn't think is funny, but I think is funny. That's the exact laugh she
That
gives
was
me.
that was perfect. I want to fucking clip that.
I'm embarrassed now.
But you looking heckin' cute.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to cut the bindings.
Can I untie my shoelaces, please?
yeah. As you guys go to untie them, they're not very well done.
Just
but
enough to where it
rather
fucks with
hastily,
us.
but just enough to trip you up a little bit.
Get the fines off.
Artagan, please show yourself, please.
As you say that, one of the leaves, and in front of it, a small, green-colored creature with long red hair, very petite in body type, pops up with long, greenish red butterfly wings coming off of her back, hovering about a millimeter off of the branch, sitting there, arms crossed, hips cocked, and a smile on her face. Who here spoke Sylvan?
I do.
Sylvan.
All right. Elena and Xavier, Vale, did you raise your hand too?
No.
He
No,
he pointed at us.
People stop pointing because you're all in different places on everyone else's screen. Everyone else, you just hear this really tiny voice speaking gibberish to you. A very fluid gibberish, almost like an Elven. And even at times, you feel like if you do speak Elven, you kind of catch the root of some words. But to those of you that speak Sylvan, you hear, "You guys shouldn't have come here.
Why?
You're probably never gonna get out."
You know, at this point, it's kind of probably better than what's going on outside in the world.
I was thinking.
She's not
So,
denying.
where's Artagan?
I could tell you. I could not. I could have fun with you.
I
could
don't like
not.
the sound of that. Yeah, I could not.
I forgot Cal really likes this area.
Yeah.
What's it worth to bring you to Artagan?
What is he saying?
Gonna-
What are they saying?
It's got a shiny gold piece
translating.
for you.
Gold.
Well,
Please,
tell
I don't need that.
Tell him he's my friend.
What would you
She.
like then?
I almost want to give them the skull.
I can give him flowers.
What are they saying?
I'm translating.
What would you like then?
Cocks her head to the side. I haven't decided yet.
I have this book.
Um,
Elena, may
a
I
bunch of
s-
flowers. A bunch of flowers pop out of the book.
Okay.
So Paula starts making flowers.
Elena,
We
may
really need to
I will
speak to our tag.
Open the front cover.
Elena, may I see that key
Yes.
you were given?
Oh, this key?
Yes,
It's the one with the mirror inside.
thank you.
Oh.
I will take my detect magic rock, and I will see if it detects any magic on the key, on this thing.
Yes, it is
Think.
magic.
I knew it.
Oh my god, was our tag in the one outside the freaking house who gave us the key? Damn it.
Don't know if it was him, but if you give me just a second, I can see what properties this key has. So I will.
Okay.
As
I'm
you
talking
as you
to the
hold the key,
pixie.
she goes, "You had the key.
We have the key.
She has the key." You all of a sudden you hear around in common a chorus
What?
all around you. They have the key. 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 They have the key.
These are pixies, correct?
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
These are either pixies or fairies or some form of fey
Okay.
miniature.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have
we
the key.
The key. What about it?
All of a sudden, about 6 more of these pixies all surround the one that had been talking to you, and they all kind of huddle over, looking back at you, whispering toward each other.
Do I hear
Uh,
them, or are they whispering too low?
They are definitely whispering too low for their size for you to understand. I could potentially accept an argument to read lips.
Yeah, I was about to say, can potentially read lips, because like.
I'll make it a little difficult, so make a perception check with disadvantage.
Alright,
The thing is, let's go backwards.
Oh.
could I
They speak.
potentially argue that we can see most of their lips if they're huddled around the one person that was the one that was facing us, so we can see their lips plus like 2 or 3 others, depending on how many surrounded them.
Yeah, I'll give you enough of the conversation that you can kind of.
Okay. So disadvantage. Okay, that's not bad. 17.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to catch several snippets of the conversation. A lot of it is, do you think he gave it to them? Do you think now's the time? Why would he do it today? Why now? Why this? Do we help them or stop them? The consensus seems to be we should help them. We should help them. There's a couple of them that seem to say this is a test. But eventually, a couple moments pass. I mean, this was in the course of 5 seconds, so very quick talking. They all kind of turn into a line, facing you.
Key.
We'll bring it to the prince.
Oh.
All right.
Prince Windy Branch.
Prince.
Can I make an insight check to see if they are actually telling the truth that they're going to take us to the prince?
Sure. Make an insight check.
Sweet. Thank you, Solaris Feathers, for advantage.
I don't need advantage.
Rolls a 1.
27.
14.
You rolled a 14 with advantage.
I have a +2. Wisdom's
See,
not.
I-
Wisdom's not one of my broken stats. Okay.
They don't seem to be lying. Peggy, what were you rolling for?
Insight as well to see if they're telling the truth.
They seem to be telling the truth that they are bringing you to Prince Windy Branch.
Okay. All right.
So the Fae, one of them comes forward to you, Sapala, and this small one with like blonde hair pulled back into a nice tight braided bun grabs you by the finger and begins like pulling you along by the finger. And then soon all of you have like little fairies like tugging on like your shoulder, your clothing. Oldora's 2 of them have grabbed onto your horns and are kind of pushing you forward from behind like a wheelbarrow.
Can one of them be trying to chase Thana around and she's just not having it? Like,
Sure. Now, Thana is sitting on your shoulder, and one of the fairies pops up right behind it and attempts to mount on the back of Thana. Thana takes off with this little pixie on its back, and you kind of hear this through the air as Thana flies around quickly, trying to get this pixie off its back.
I imagine one tries to sit on Beak, and Beak just 380 head turns and stares at it.
And then they just have a staring contest, both of them.
That's happening on my shoulder.
And that's
So-
the rest of the episode.
What is Eldorus' shadow doing during? I'm interested to see the interaction between these pixies and the shadow.
Your shadow seems to be laying low at the moment, not really standing out beyond what your normal shadow, if you had one, would do. Not making its presence overly aware.
Do I sense like trepidation or something?
Yes, I would say that you sense like an uneasiness.
Well, I'm guessing we follow.
Yes. Can
So,
I-
go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, can I help Thana get the fairy off her back? Just like put my arm up, have Thana land, and like take the fairy off of her, and like put her on my shoulder or something.
As Thana comes to land, the pixie automatically comes off. She sees that you are reaching for her. She does a little poof of fairy dust in your face and flies off in another direction.
And I say in Sylvan, Thana's not a fan of being ridden.
So, you are led down the straight path for what seems like an hour. Inside this house that should not be that size. The astute among you will notice as you are walking, some of those picture frames that were on the wall have repeated. Some clumps of moss, covered furniture, busts of old elven gentlemen that are cracked and laying on the ground repeat like a broken track. Not in the same way, like not in the same place, not in the same style, but and even broken in different ways, but definitely the same things over and over again, changing every time you come by them again. Eventually, as time continues to pass, you are led to a small, well, to you small, to them grand circle in the trees. And as you come up, there is a large kind of oak tree that is in the center of a spiral staircase that is going up. At the top, you can see a skylight and the sun streaming down through into this glade. Little particles floating in the air in this glade. In the center of the tree, you see a orange light as the tree is hollowed. And on the inside, going deeper, you can't really see. The pixies begin to enter this hole, stepping in, beckoning you to follow.
Wait,
Can I do
there's
an
a ball
insight
back.
check on it?
On the hole in a tree.
Oh, wait, wasn't there
Sapala
something
is-
beckoning?
is-
I'm sorry.
She's going. She
Alright, we'll
don't care
follow
at this point.
Sapala.
Maybe I should.
She
So-
is giddy AF.
So, Sapala, the hole in the door in the tree is about this big, about the size of a Coke can, maybe. How are you going to enter the tree?
I'm turning into a butterfly.
I was gonna say there's a simple answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone else going to enter the tree?
Well, I was gonna walk up to him. Like, yes, you expect me to go in there, small fairies? I say it in Sylvan. Did they respond?
It looks like they're saying yes.
How?
They're shaking their heads. Can you not hear them ting every time they do it? Ting ting.
They giggle and go into the hole. Sapala, you transform into a butterfly, flap down in, and as you enter the small hole, there is a grand entryway, almost like to the great hall of a castle, made out of wood with these small glowing mushrooms taking place of torches inside this tree, winding down to a large throne, and seated upon it, you see the only male pixie that you have seen here. He's seated on the throne, a knee up, arm braced over the back of it. He's got long green shoes that come to curls on the end, with little bells at the bottom. A big crown of sticks and twigs adorns the top of his head. And as you enter, I'm not going to do a strange pixie voice for this since you're not at the same time. But
Blave needs to be here. This is not good.
Can I just like attempt to step towards it to see if it works? Like,
This is
see if it'll make me smaller.
Funk.
here.
as
This is
you
not okay.
you step toward the
Entrance.
the entrance to the oak tree, you do not get smaller. As you lean down, you get on your knees and kind of peer in. You can see Sapala in her at her butterfly size, stepping toward this throne room of the Pixie Prince. So you kind of have to press like one eye up against the tree to kind of get a look in there as to what is going on in the current situation.
Well,
You guys do
Doris,
the key.
Eldoris is going to attempt to push Elena out of the way, and he's going to look in, and he is going to see if his shadow will go into the inside of this tree, and if it does it take up the interior of the tree, or does it shrink down to a small
The inside
size?
just grows dark.
Yeah. So Eldoris, as you approach the hole, shoving Elena to the side, you begin to will your shadow to fill the hole. And Sapala, as you begin to approach the throne, this looming darkness begins to creep down the hall behind you. The mushrooms being dimmed by this shadow that.
Since I've been around his shadow, I would like know
Yeah.
the presence, right? Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
making sure.
Do I get the impression at all that if I were to quote unquote shadow step into the interior of this tree, would I shrink to a size that would fit in there, or would I explode?
I really want you to try it.
I don't want you to try it.
I want to say that the mechanics of Shadow Step, along with Misty Step, is you have to be able to fit into the space that you are attempting to teleport into. If you attempted to Misty Step into a water cup, it wouldn't allow you to. So I would say that you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but being that this is Fey magic,
Yes.
like-
Well, what I'm getting at is that you would get the sense that you're not able to do it.
Can
Oh, the key.
Would
yeah, as
Sapala fit in there like normal size?
No.
Like if
No.
she was no. Okay.
No.
I don't know how big it is.
I told about the door is about the size of a Coke can.
Well, I mean like on the inside. Now that I'm
About
inside.
about the size of a Coke can.
Oh,
So this-
okay.
this is definitely not like, even though we're in the Feywild, this is not like an Alice in Wonderland type thing where we walk through the tiny door and we automatically shrink to the right
Correct.
size.
No, this
or-
is actually a pixie-sized entryway.
is
Well,
there
I'm a heckin' butterfly.
is there a hole anyway that would fit a double-pronged key?
Make an investigation check.
Hey, I'm good
Can
at
I
those.
assist him?
No,
You may.
I don't want
You
it.
don't want advantage?
No.
I'll cast guidance on Xavier.
Thanks, man.
You'll take his guidance, but you won't take advantage.
You failed me. It's only a 1.
What do you mean I failed? That's one better.
21.
Cal, this is my 13-year-old fantasy.
It is.
Glancing around, Xavier, you do not see any specific two-pronged keyholes. The key looks like it would fit into the entryway, but not necessarily meant to enter the entryway.
Well, looks like we're listening from the door.
All right.
So Sapala, as you
Apollo can't
approach,
speak Sylvan.
All right. Fuck this. Give me a second. I cast Identify. Not a ritual. I actually have it prepared.
all right, that's 1 minute, right?
No,
Not anymore.
it's just an action.
Oh, action. All right. So
Oh no, it's still 1 minute casting time.
Let
Okay.
us down.
So while that's going on, Sapala, you approach the Prince Windy Branch, and as you come forward, he's got like a wine goblet in one hand. One of the pixies that had run in before is whispering in his ear, and he's kind of swirling the wine, not really paying much attention. And then as you get kind of closer, his eyes lock onto you.
You.
Okay.
I'm getting a David Bowie Goblin King vibe.
That's
I
what I
I'm in-
feel.
I'm
Yeah.
in- You can't do this.
He just fluttered.
You are the ones that are coming to send us back to the Feywild.
Yeah.
Get talking animal form.
Flutter, flutter. One flutter means yes, two flutters means no.
Oh boy. I think you have to establish that beforehand.
I believe pixies can actually. I believe pixies can actually cast talk with beasts, or talk with animals.
It's the most misguided away party I've ever seen.
They cannot cast Speak with Animal.
The heck
Damn.
did I choose a butterfly?
Well, that's what you have chosen.
He seems to think for a moment, staring you down. He stands up from the throne, and he is magnificent. Kind of gangly, very very handsome pixie prince steps
Don't do this to
down
me.
with this long robe of flower petals coming off from behind him. He approaches.
I
He
found your
approaches you,
husband,
Sapala. For why would you send us back? Would it be out of fear of the Feywild? Would it be out of jealousy of the power that we hold? Would it be out of respect for nature that you wish to return us to the land from which we were born?
Number 3, if you can understand me.
Continues to walk around you in a circle. He doesn't seem
Respect.
to be
I
hearing
yell
you.
through the whole respect.
He stops, kind of behind Sapala, his back to you, Elena. Turns on a heel, does like a double take between the butterfly and Elena.
Gigantic eye.
Who is this
Yeah,
that addresses me from outside of my court?
What do you say?
Flutter, 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 flutter.
Lady Elena, Johanna has brought me some Kowalski Dorolo.
Oh, you
Would
never
you
give.
consi-
You never give a
would you
Fae your full
consider-
name.
Would you consider yourself a willing subject at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He points towards you and casts polymorph,
Dope.
and you feel yourself being shrunken down until you are the size of a field mouse, and you are a field mouse. As you kind of, as you look down, your little paws, long, skinny tail.
Yeah, I just kind of like scooter into the hole.
Give her a little pop. You kind of step forward. Now, as you were saying, it is out of respect for nature that you would return the Fey Grove to the Feywild. Cracks his knuckles and kind of begins to continue walking around. I am intrigued. In order to do this, you must make it.
Just let it happen, Xavier.
No, I just want to know. It's been like a minute yet.
Let it
In
happen.
order to, okay, yes, it has been a minute. It is magical. It does not have a specific spell. It seems actually yes, it does have a spell. Gotta think of the spell name.
Plane shift?
Yeah, plane shift. That's the one. Not the key does not cast plane shift, but it's definitely like a component to plane shift, and when paired with its other end and potentially turned, would allow this Fey intervention to be sent back to its plane.
Ah.
Whispered in the earring.
Nah.
In order to
I cast message cantrip just to the guys. Hey, this does this.
Guys.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
I'm
You
sorry.
are severely outnumbered by women right now, Xavier.
God, I wish
In
Gord was
order
here.
to send the Feywild,
To
or the
Vale and
Feygrove back to
Eldoris.
the Feywild, you must reach the heart of this mansion, which is no easy task. You will be tested by Artagan himself.
He's my homie. Flutter, flutter.
It kind of gives you a strange look at your excitement in bug form. You're excited to see Artagan. Very well. Just know that many elves have entered this mansion with
I ain't
the
no elf.
goal of exterminating the Fey menace, and none have exited.
Just wanna,
I have so much to say right now.
I just want to cast haste on Elena so she can nibble faster. Just for that.
So that will never catch her.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Not if I drop concentration.
You have my blessing. Climb the spiral staircase, and that will lead you to the first challenge of Artagan. After that, you will find perils. Once
So-
you reach
Pebble.
the anchor that holds us here, insert the key, and all shall be returned to as it was.
So, I can see him through the
Steps
hole, correct?
behind him? Like, where are the steps?
You remember that the tree was at the center of a spiral staircase that was going up around the tree.
Okay. We're going to start trotting away with a little field mouse.
I'll have my hand out.
I thought you were gonna say in front of the opening.
No, for her to walk on my hand.
Trot out.
Better not
Plop.
keep-
Mice have 1 hit point, correct?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, you did it.
No, that was clearly a joke. I'm not
You just
actually
came here
doing.
under the pretense of respecting nature, and you just spike a mouse.
Not even like any mouse.
Elena. Alright,
Oh, no, I would do
Flutter,
that.
flutter.
alright. This will hurt
Flutter,
just a little
flutter.
bit, and I take my knife and just poke her for 1 damage. I don't want to
Is
waste.
that actually what you do?
Yeah, I have her down near the ground though, so she doesn't reform as Elena and fall on me.
Elena, as your mouse form dies and you feel the pain of dying as a
Can
mouse.
I punch him in the face?
Do it.
Roll it.
Here we go.
You're doing punch.
Forget she's got those ogre
that
guns.
would be a natural 20.
Xavier, you're decked.
Ow.
Yeah, that's what you get
Ow.
for stabbing me!
He's referring you back to your fucking self.
Yeah, the spell
Fine, why-
probably was gonna
Okay.
wear off.
Sapala flutters out as fast as she can and like poofs back to herself in between them.
As the
Hi,
two of you are
Spot.
arguing, 2 of the pixies land on either your shoulders and both begin scolding each other in Sylvan.
What did we actually hear though?
You stole my acorn. No, I didn't. That was my acorn.
Did you steal my acorn?
Nice.
The argument has absolutely nothing to do with the argument
Right.
going on between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I love fairies.
Alright, so we're gonna be tested by Artagan. There's plenty of perils no elf has ever survived. We need the key to get them back to the Fey plane.
Yeah, I just figured out that this does that. Yeah,
I ain't
So
scared.
thanks for telling us.
I'm gonna
you were a fucking mouse, and you were just told anyway.
So, alright, let's do this.
All right, I guess.
Flutter, flutter.
Also, I think that Prince Windy Branch was totally Artagan. I'm just saying.
So as you all begin walking, Eldora, as a whole
No
bunch of the
comment.
pixies a whole bunch of the pixies are currently braiding your hair to your horns as you're walking. You keep trying to like swat them away, but they just keep coming back.
Kayla is literally dying inside.
In a good way?
Yes.
I'm gonna cry.
All right, I guess it's
Up the
Time to head out.
staircase.
So,
to be tested.
You begin to climb the staircase, and much like the hallway from before, about an hour passes
Oh my
of
God, it's
climbing
been 2
stairs.
weeks, watch.
and climbing stairs. And climbing and climbing. I would like
I look
everyone
down.
to make a Constitution check.
I look down. Have we made any progress?
You should
Check.
save or
straight.
What was that?
Just a check or a saving throw?
Saving throw.
14.
Would have been fine if you said check.
15.
11.
A natural 20.
Man.
18.
Okay, you're all good. You begin to feel fatigued from climbing the stairs, but not exhausted yet. Glancing down over the railing, you are all still within the first 5 feet of the bottom.
Oh.
Boris has taken to helping the pixies braid his own hair to his horns.
And you have made no progress on the stairs.
I'll try going backwards up the stairs.
Yeah.
As you walk backwards up the stairs, you see the bottom getting further away. You round the corner going up and eventually find yourself on a landing.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey.
I'll spin 360 and see if the stairs are still there.
They're not.
Feck.
Where
And
am I?
as you stand there at the top of the landing, looking down over an empty staircase with no visible means of going down, this pink mist cascades around your ankles on this
Again.
landing. Let me take a look at the chat real quick. Everyone who did not vote in the poll that I posted, please go to the general text channel and
Oh.
answer my question.
Pole?
I don't like this.
Huh?
Oh.
What
Oh.
is it
totally.
regarding? I need context.
I know, but I can't give context.
Yeah, then I
don't like
can't.
this.
You could have did a poll in the Facebook group messenger as well.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of it in time.
It's fine.
All right, the votes are
Oh,
overwhelmingly
wow.
13. Okay, so as you turn around, you see a pair of double doors that seem to be made out of like a lattice work, and from the other side of it, you hear that laughter, cheer, and the party that you had heard before while you were outside listening at the door. And from beneath that door, that pink mist just billows out like a bad sauna.
I just want to make you aware that Vale and I have advantage on being charmed.
I'm aware.
I was just guess
I
open the
can't
door.
be at all.
I'll let all
Oh.
my.
What?
You said there's
It-
2 doors?
It's a double door.
Oh.
I was
okay.
gonna open the door.
As the
Am I
door
only one up here, or
opens,
did everyone else get up here?
Yeah, we followed you.
Okay, I missed that.
the pink mist
I think it was just assumed.
billows through, slowly dissipating into the room beyond, and inside is a marbled bathhouse that has got vines swirling up around these white pillars, and inside there is about 50 elves, all with towels wrapped around their midsection, their hair, sitting in the sauna, drinking wine and eating these platters of grapes and berries, cheeses, all kinds of wonderful hors d'oeuvres. Everyone but Vale, who I can see what you're doing, I would like to make a Constitution saving throw, and then Vale, you're gonna have to make one to hold your breath long enough.
Oh, I can't just filter.
20. Could
I
just
have a
use one of
question.
these.
Is it poison?
No.
Okay, I'm
No,
just
yeah,
making
we're
sure.
all immune to poison and stuff, and disease.
Can it be poisoned?
So
Natural 20, so 25 total.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got a dirty 20.
What was
I don't know
the
what
check
it is.
again?
Constitution.
Okay.
Or no,
Constitution.
actually, you know what? This should be wisdom. I'm sorry, this should be wisdom.
Oh, boom!
26.
24.
I want to talk about it.
26.
What do you think,
23.
Vale?
Is mine still
23.
calm?
All right, so
Regardless.
you had a 26, Xavier, and
Yeah.
what was that, Eldoris?
Also a 26.
Okay. The two of you watch as Elena, Sapala, and Vale enter this room. Just walk over to one of the saunas. So there's a pool of water on the ground. You see an elven gentleman in there. He's kind of got a stubbly white beard, white hair pulled back into a ponytail. His body is covered in scars. And you see in the corner of the room that there are numerous piles of armor and weapons that have just been strewn about here. But Elena, still in her armor and clothing, just sinks down into the hot water. And
If I so wait, they start splitting off, going to like the sauna and whatnot.
Yep.
As
Everyone
soon
starts getting in the hot tub,
as soon as I
Is
see
this a
that,
charmed effect?
potentially.
if it's charm,
I have
those two have
I have
advantage.
advantage.
And roll with advantage.
Was
I-
I
I
thought
you already asked me that. I said yes.
I was rolling to hold my breath.
Oh, yeah.
So am
Okay.
I now rolling to the wisdom save?
Now roll your wisdom save.
All right.
And
Higher than a 5. Higher than a
if-
5.
Oh, no.
Nature's ward.
26 now.
A little higher
Okay.
than a 5.
What's nature's word again?
I can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae, and I'm immune to poison or disease.
Oh, there you go. Can't be charmed by fate. Well, there you go. So in that case, everyone
18?
passes.
Oh.
What was that, Vale?
18?
18. Okay, not everyone passes. Vale, fully
With
clothed.
advantage?
Oh
With
yeah.
advantage.
Your advantage?
Oh
Always.
yeah.
Vale, fully clothed, still in her wraps, just sinks down into this hot tub.
As
with
soon as I
with the
start
elf.
seeing her
Begin eating
wander,
grapes.
as soon as I start seeing her wander off, oh, this isn't good, and I cast hold person. So I failed this wisdom save.
Yep, hold person. So Vale,
I
just
rolled
as you're
2.
about to dip your foot into the water,
What?
or saving throw, you have to do the saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. And it's not charm, so you don't have advantage.
No, oh please. Don't worry.
This is the
Oh,
one he does well
Of course this is the one. 21.
on.
Damn, not even the skull would have helped that one. All right. You succeed.
Vale, you're paused for a brief moment, and you just keep walking, sink down into the hot tub, and begin eating grapes and cheeses, olives.
Can I spend my action to negate a charm effect? I'm
Yeah.
going to center my key on myself and release my mind from the charm.
Do you know
Yeah,
that you're
so-
charmed?
I can spend an action to end a charm effect.
Okay.
So just as you go to put the grape in your mouth, you center your key and pop up, seeing this elderly elven warrior in the hot tub across from you, just chilling in the bathwater.
Some other time.
Alright, can I have a look around to see if there's anybody creepily watching this show?
Pulls
I-
out romance
I'm gonna,
novel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So as
I'm gonna take
As
a
you
sash
glance-
and wrap it around my face.
as you glance up around the room, there seems to be it goes upward a little bit, and there's a higher bathtub, and in this one's where like the revelry is kind of happening. There's a whole bunch of people in there, laughing. What appear to be a couple of fish tails poking out of the water.
I get
And there's a man in the water with them. They're all kind of like talking and laughing at the top of the room here.
Can I walk up towards them?
As you walk up, you glance in to the tub, and no one in this tub is wearing clothing. You kind of avert your eyes a little bit. In the tub, you see a kind of dark-haired, very tall elven gentleman in the center, with the three mermaids kind of clamoring over him, handing him snacks, and they're just kind of laughing and talking, telling jokes. Not really giving you any attention.
Can I say Artagan? Just in a questioning tone, like.
Glances over at you for a second, looks back at the girls in the bathtub, looks back at you. Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, you need to not be busy.
Doris just rolls his eyes.
Typical Elena.
Here we go.
Elena, how about you let Sapala talk?
Oh my god.
He stands up out of the bathtub, towering maybe a foot taller than you are. I've been known to make time for some.
Sapala?
Hello?
Pauses kind of for a moment, glancing over Elena's shoulder down at Sapala. Sapala.
This is your unicorn
Hi.
friend.
Artagan?
Make an insight check, Sapala, or anyone who's watching
Alright.
him.
I'm nervous, I'm gonna throw up.
Insight.
Oh, okay.
That would be a natural 20.
Yeah, you can
So-
do it with natural 20s.
I'm
24.
sorry.
24. Okay.
22.
Significantly less.
Yeah,
13.
13. Yeah. I rolled low though for him.
I am Yorka.
He gets noticeably embarrassed. For someone who is just sitting in a hot tub, his face is turned bright red,
Even redder.
and he suddenly vanishes.
Oh my god. What did you
Come
do
on.
to him, Sapala?
I
Did
don't
he? Does it
I
look like he
don't
cast a
know.
spell?
Kenzie.
No, he just seemed to vanish out of thin air. No spell cast.
Never mind.
Jeez.
I tried. Okay, I tried.
Is
So I
there
keep-
another door in this room, or like?
Yeah. So directly on the other side of this higher bath, there is another set of double doors. The three mermaids in the big tub here are all like leaning up on the side. One of them points to Xavier.
Oh.
No.
As,
Um.
and as Eldoris approaches, two of them are like reaching out towards you, like trying to grab your hand as you go by.
Can I walk to the other door?
Touch this bitch.
I'm gonna open the door.
As you open the door, you see a circular grove of birch trees.
Can I yell out Artagan's name again? Call him a chicken, essentially.
There's a different holiday on every door.
You need to be nice to people.
Okay, he definitely blushed and ran away. Okay, from you.
That's
You're
none
like
of your
a
business.
marshmallow.
Excuse you.
You are a cute, soft person, but you're deadly.
think
to
you need
people
to
with
be quiet.
diabetes.
I think you just need to be quiet.
One of the you hear one of the mermaids, girl fight.
You too.
You're soft but deadly.
She flicks her tail in the water, and some water splashes on Sapala.
You're like
I'm a-
hiding poisons and sharp objects inside you.
Gonna catch the water.
We're gonna enter into the birch tree
I'm
grove.
gonna call lightning you if you don't be quiet.
Jeez.
Oh.
Take a shot.
Well, I guess I'm gonna walk into the grove of birch trees.
All right, are you the only one walking in there? Is everyone else going to stay with the mermaids?
I'm watching. I'm
Sapala's
watching to see
angrily
the
going.
aftermath.
What was that?
I'm watching to see the
Alright.
aftermath.
Aftermath of what?
I'm just watching them.
All right.
See if anything
So Elena,
happens.
Sapala, you walk into the Fey Grove. Vale,
Can I stealth him?
sure, roll a stealth check. Oldoris, what are you gonna do?
Fails.
One that I have a
What
chance
what
to
is the lighting in the room?
Jesus
Oldoris is what?
The lighting like in there?
Oh, lighting. Very, very bright. Like a sunlit forest.
Mm. He is going to carefully step in.
As you step in, one of the mermaids in the back. Come back.
I guess I'll step in right after.
He just kind of like peeks over his shoulder and says, "No."
Xavier, as you step forward, you kind of hear like a chorus of "Aww," and the door closes. And Xavier, as you turn over to look back at the mermaids one last time, just trees.
Huh?
Wow.
Elena, as you step into the center of the Fey Grove, you see a small Roman-esque column that comes up to about mid-height to your torso, about right around your
Slits wrist. No, no.
Okay.
waistline. On the table, it is split into 4 sections. No, 5 sections. I apologize. 5 sections. There is 2 dice sitting on the table that appear to be made out of wood. They are 6-sided each. On the plinth that is in front of you, carved into it, there are a number of symbols. 1 and numbers in Sylvan, and because you understand Sylvan, I will say that you understand it. You see 1 through 3, and then you see a picture of what looks like a cow. You see 4 through 6. You see what appears to be a picture of a tree. You see 7 through 9, what appears to be a picture of pixies or a fairy of some kind. You see 10 and 11 being what appears to be a lizard of some kind. And then 12, the 5th one, you see a door.
Explain this to the group. So I'm assuming we probably have to roll the dice, probably fight or something, whatever shows up.
Roll the dice.
Gizzard the lizard wizard.
Shall I roll the dice?
Yes.
Sapala?
I vote for Sapala.
Well,
Hold
clearly
on,
I've got
sorry.
the highest luck stat, so
I do have luck, but that won't help me here.
that's not what I meant.
I mean, it
There
might.
isn't a
It's
luck.
technically a D20 roll.
No, we're rolling 2d6s.
2d6.
Oh,
2d6.
I misread
Who's
that.
rolling? Me rolling?
I vote Sapala.
Yeah, it's that, yeah.
Wait, can you list that off for me again? It's 2d6 and yeah.
I'm sorry. What am I listing off again?
The you said you were reading the faces or what?
So
each
there,
roll
it's
meant?
it's split into. It's basically what roll. So 1 through 3 looks like a cow. 4 through 6 looks like a tree. 7 through 9 looks like a fairy of some kind. 10 and 11 look like some kind of lizard, and then 12 looks like a door.
And this
Okay.
is like a key of some sort, like a
It's Grove.
like
You
a,
don't
like
see
a
anything.
picture, or like no, like not like a physical key, but I mean like a key on a map. Is this like a picture? Is this a mural of some sort we're looking at, or the instructions?
It's a picture. It's like a sun. It's like a sundial that Elena picked the dice up from, and on it, in the circle, goes, from 1 through 12, and then those images are split into the sections.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it
we
was
rolled
on
the
the
dice.
My mind was like bending, trying to figure out how that even works.
Oh, no. Sorry.
So so we roll the dice, and whatever we roll is what we get to deal with.
Well,
I think that is an assumption.
I guess there's nothing else we can do at the moment. I vote Sapala.
Elena turns into a cow.
More.
I'll do it.
Roll the dice.
You sure?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really good at rolling dice. I'm just saying.
Can I cast guidance on her?
No.
Yeah, I can.
I'm
Can
not
I
scared.
cast?
It won't necessarily help, but
Go roll the dice.
I'm a brave
I feel like-
halfling. I got this.
I feel like 12 would be helpful. But...
When I do this, I'm like trying. I have my eyes closed and I'm thinking of Artagan when I'm doing this. Like,
Thinking of our tag.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
gonna help. I'm just thinking of him.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 7.
Okay. And as that dice rolls, there's a bit of a to the room a wave of energy goes out from the plinth. Out, the leaves and the trees begin to shake the ground as if a wave of wind blew the leaves apart. Hang on. There we go. Everyone place your characters.
Oh, this is pretty. Sorry.
Which way did we enter from?
You don't remember.
I don't know anymore.
I don't know how to
always
do
have
this.
issues placing my character. Can somebody do it for me?
No.
It never
dr-
lets me place
Click your
my
name and
character.
drag it out onto
Literally,
the field.
Okay, calm down.
Oh, you guys just got lucky.
Look, it's the one thing I can do well, okay?
Oh, what did I just do?
Or click macro buttons.
Oh no.
It's not a Mac.
Can I just say I'm a little disappointed we didn't go with the R-rated version?
I'm
was the R-rated version like Witcher moment?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I
Come
don't
on,
know what I'm doing.
Kids, watch this.
Well, listen to it at this point.
It's not working. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're playing
Oh, there.
Dungeons and Dragons with us.
I know that, but I can't figure out how to place my person.
So,
Ah.
so
Click
if
on
you
your name.
Drag
if
it out
you
into the map.
hover over
Put
your
two.
name in the journal, and you should be able to
In the
click.
journal.
You should be able to click and drag, and it should have a little bar that still says the name, and you should be able to drop it on the map.
I got this for Kayla. Watch.
Oh my word.
I forgot how to. Forgot the cut button.
apparently I have cloned.
Congrats.
I did it.
Hey, I could do that
Got it
too.
right.
Oh.
I sent you a video, Kayla. I'm doing it, but
I'm
figured
gonna
it out.
stand by Vale.
Uh-oh.
Well, we would be in the center.
Well, normally I'd be standing by Glaive, but Glaive isn't here.
There are so
So
many
Vale's my
Yldrasis.
second option.
You could delete those.
For some reason, my shortcuts aren't working.
I want many Eudorises. in my
Many
life.
Yulis.
Okay, so as you all are on the map there, I need Sapala, you rolled, correct?
Yes, sir.
I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, okay.
You're good at these, right?
Yee. I'm gonna use my flower dice.
Only when she's not being heckled.
Hoo-hoo! 19. That is a 24.
Oh, okay. For the briefest of moments, you see in front of you a floating head-like creature, almost like a alien skull with one massive round eye and a gaping, toothy maw with floating tentacles going out into eyes, floating in midair, coming towards you. And as you blink, it vanishes. And in its place, you see beyond the illusion, instead, seeing a pixie holding its hands out, casting a spell.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do you guys see this, Pixie?
Technically, yes. Everyone else, you all see as a pixie comes out from the underbrush and begins like holding up a spell, but you can't see what the spell is.
But I can see that she's casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Counter spell.
Oh,
Come,
God.
Roll for it.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
casting it.
Oh no,
30.
no! I feel well, you don't need to.
Yeah, I'm just casting
you
it
cast, and her hands. Ah! Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh, jeez.
The flower dice like me today. I'm just gonna keep using them.
My dice hate me today, and I've got no alternative.
Oh,
Well, gotta buy some
Yeah,
more dice.
Same.
Yeah, I also rolled poorly.
Is Elena's version of poorly a 15?
It's 12. What?
Y-
What?
You don't know the meaning of poorly.
I love how Vale has
Well,
like.
I did grow up rich, so
I love how Vale has like plus 13s to shit and still rolls low.
Oh yeah. You know what my initiative is?
Okay.
plus 6.
7.
5.
Oh, you rolled a
7?
1?
Okay, so
You know what I rolled? A
A
1.
1. You got a plus because your dex is 22.
All right. 25 to 20.
20, 22.
I have a 20.
22.
Okay. 20 to 15. Okay. Oh, okay. And then 15 to 10.
I got a 12.
And then Vale. Okay. Top of the
Yeah.
orders. What?
and-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what
I'm
about-
sorry, Steve. What'd you get?
6.
And so Vale's at the bottom with a natural 1, right?
I got a 7 total.
So, Xavier, at the top of the round, you see this pixie. You just cast your counter spell. It is your turn.
It's your turn. Your turn.
Oh, I kind of want to do this.
Roll.
I'll actually. I'll hold a firebolt for my turn.
Okay.
If they start doing anything, or if I see any other creatures coming out being antagonistic towards us.
Okay.
So on a fire.
All right. So in that case, it brings us to Sapala's turn.
Do I still see the alien head thing?
No,
Was that an illusion or was that not?
it was an illusion.
Okay, I was just making sure. Do I see anything, any other movement, anything else going on?
Make a perception check.
Okay. $23,
Glancing around, you don't seem to see anything else.
and there's just that one fairy,
Uh-huh.
and she's not doing anything. She's just
At the moment, she's recoiling from having her spell countered.
So are we? This is a weird question. So are we inside like a building, or are we outside?
It looks like outside, but you haven't done a thorough investigation of the trees.
Can I do that?
Sure. You turn away from the fairy and walk up to the trees. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
19. At 18. 23. I keep rolling 18s.
Yes, you do appear to be in a type of room. The walls are there just like everywhere else, where it's kind of this appeared to have been some form of entertainment room, like a music room of some kind. You can see peeled paint on the walls between the birch trees.
Okay. I pull out my flame blade, but I hold my attack.
Okay. And that, okay. Give me 1 second to finish what I was researching while we were doing that. The pixie is going to sit in place. Okay. It points its hands toward its chest. It reaches up into the sky, and all of a sudden, this tiny pixie becomes engorged. It becomes really fat. It swells up and suddenly shifts into
Pixor.
ah.
Ah.
Hang on, I put it in the wrong layer.
Ah. Ah.
I can't see the thing to make it bigger. There we go.
Ah. Ah.
Heckin' Masuda.
It's always Masuda.
I would not like Matuta when he angry.
Turns into a giant frog. And let me just double check.
I'm gonna attack a giant frog.
Can you take an action after you've cast polymorph? I can't remember.
Is polymorph in action?
That's what I'm double checking right now. Yeah.
Polymorph takes the action, so they can't.
Gotcha.
All right, now we know it's polymorph.
Okay, so. Okay, that brings us to the next person's turn. So that is Elena. No, yes, Elena.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit it with my sword.
Ka-cha.
No.
Where did my thingy go? $22 to hit.
That'll hit.
$10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay. Give him the chair.
28 to hit.
That'll hit.
$9 points of damage to hit.
Okay. Oh, that's just enough. As you stab into the frog, it begins to shrink down back into the size of the pixie, and as it shrinks back down, at the very end is just a pixie with the end of the sword in its chest. She falls off the end into the grass limp, and then into pixie dust.
I feel really bad about that.
Oh my gosh. We're here to respect nature and kill pixies.
I didn't agree to this.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Yes, you do. You attacked it.
She just had a blood rage briefly.
My natural instinct is just to attack things that surprise me.
Boy. Is it dead?
You no longer see it.
Oh. Well, shit.
So roll the dice again?
I think about using a spell. Oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna place the dice on 12.
Smart.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. advantage. 10. Nailed it.
Hang on. Nailed it. Yep.
Vale is
Uh,
wiped from existence.
You all watch as Vale transforms into a capuchin monkey. Her arms suddenly grow hairy. Her ears begin to poke up through her hair, and then all of a sudden, shoop,
Can't poke.
Speak with animals?
Oh, I still
Question
have-
mark.
Can I place the dice on 12?
Oh god.
sure. You place the dice on 12.
Oh,
Make
my
a wisdom
word.
saving throw.
I can't have a bunch of monkeys.
Well,
Hey,
we always
can
monkey
you imagine
around,
if
so
it's call me monkey?
capuchin. Monkey.
That's a 22.
22. You feel a spell begin to take hold of you, but you manage to like push through it and keep it off.
I walk up to the monkey and go, "Be Vale," and I cast a spell magic.
Can I slap his hand?
Okay, hold on a moment.
I want to be a monkey.
Am I a kung fu
Starts
monkey?
What level spell is the spell
A kung fu
I'm
monkey.
just- It's 3rd level. Let me check to see if it.
You've been assaulted by a capuchin monkey.
As you go to cast that, it
Kung
seems
Fu
to
Panda.
fizzle in your hand.
Did it seem like it was like counterspelled or?
I start running for a tree.
From your experience, it seems like it was counterspelled. Elena, you or Monkey George.
No.
Climb a tree.
It's not a tree. It's an illusion.
So does the door pop up?
I attempt to climb the tree anyway.
I just want to point out the stats for a monkey that I pulled up have the action poop throw.
Right.
Oh,
I just got done asking.
I'm aware.
Starts singing poop at
Speak with animals? Question mark.
Plus, yeah, go ahead and cast Speak with Animals.
Vale, come back.
The intelligence of this monkey.
That would be a 5.
Oof.
This is my life now. I rule the trees.
rule the trees.
So Paula's
speak
just
for
trying to
the
get Vale
tree.
back. Monkey
But does
Vale
the door
trying to
pop up?
coerce them out of the tree.
No, the
Out
door
of the
did not
tree.
open.
It's my life now.
I'll give you a banana if you come down.
Show him something shiny. She always likes money. Show her some money.
I don't even know how much money Sapala has.
I pull out
No,
a
just like
platinum.
hold up a gold coin or something.
What do I roll for
I
poop
don't
throw?
even know if she has
What do I roll
What
for
you
I
roll
toss
for
her a
throw,
platinum.
it's a
I
plus
toss you a
2 to hit.
platinum.
It actually doesn't say what the hit is. This is plus 2 to hit.
+2?
Come here, Vale. Come on.
Oh, it's just 1 bludgeoning damage. So yeah, just roll d20 plus 2.
Oh, I don't use my dex, do I?
Nope, you use the monkey's dex.
monkey dex.
Bad day. Oh,
I
yeah, I'm still
actually-
as a monkey.
I toss a platinum to
You said +2?
Sapala.
Plus 2, yep.
That's 20.
Damn it. I wish. 7.
George is having too much
Who are you
fun.
throwing that at?
Elena.
Elena, you watch as Monkey Vale hunkers down, shits in her hand, and then tosses it wide to your left in your direction.
You're so getting pimp slapped when you're back to your half elf self.
Sapala
Sure.
gives
go.
up and
Easy
she
fire.
rolls the dice again.
Okay, roll the dice.
I launched my firebolt at Vale.
I got an 11.
You got an 11.
Yes.
You all die.
Okay.
Can
You
I,
become a monkey.
can I roll my my attack against Vale?
I rolled the dice. I didn't turn the dice. I rolled
Not
it.
right now. As
Oh.
okay,
Oh.
in just a moment, you can roll your attack against Vale.
Okay.
As you line up the shot, what kind of attack are you doing against Vale?
I'm releasing my held
You're
firebolt.
having too much fun, George.
Okay.
My life.
As Apollo rolls the dice, they seem to move in slow motion. They hit the table and the ground once again shakes. The moss on the ground begins to lift. Out from the ground, a moss
Give up.
and dirt formed
Oh, no.
dragon emerges from the ground. Roots making up the construction of its arms, its tail made of vines.
I
Its
climb
mouth, as
higher.
it opens, drips this viscous, poisonous ooze.
Good thing we're immune to poisons.
And that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
I climb
Oh.
higher.
To go off on our
Can I-
take,
can I-
not even kidding.
Can I roll my attack? Because
No.
I did say that before she rolled.
No, I said you cannot.
Oh, but I said it first.
This is my life now.
All
Phil
right.
is monkey. Alright, I need to go to
Make a
bed.
note.
All right.
So,
Oh my-
I need to go to bed.
Thank you for joining us.
good evening.